Welcome back to the Cardinal Chirp. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Olivia.
Today we have Mr. Wyatt, our old superintendent.
Yeah.
This is his last week at North Clay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to ask him a couple questions and get to know him a little better before he leaves.
Okay.
So what inspired you to start education and pursue this career?
That's a great question. Of course, I'm a North Clay graduate, so I went to school, walked the same hallways. May have been in the same locker you were in. I was Wyatt, you know. So that part, the cool part is that I always felt like I wanted to do something to give back, and the biggest way to make a difference for me was to be involved with a lot of different activities, and so I was just in anything and everything. Actually, my senior year, we didn't have spring baseball, so they went with track, so I ran track. So I was just involved with anything and everything that we could, and so a lot of athletics and so forth, and then just wanted to pursue that, give back like so many great coaches in my life here at North Clay did. And so hopefully I've done that over 33 years now in education.
Yeah.
Seems like just yesterday though,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy.
Going back to that you were a North Clay graduate, how does it feel that your career ended where it started?
I think for me, it's probably the biggest blessing I can ever imagine. To see, you know, I honestly started here, going to school, end up going to undergrad at OCC, and then Monmouth College, teaching and coaching at Flora, and then over to Jasper County for over 20 years. And to come back here and to see that whole full circle, oh man, that's just being blessed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get to be around great kids like all of you, so it's like, this is awesome.
So you've been involved in so many things like coaching, and you're now part of our CEO program, which I am in with Paris. And what's been your favorite part of that, or favorite thing that you've done here in North Clay?
Favorite thing I've done in North Clay? Coming back.
Coming back.
Yeah.
Coming back.
Yeah. I will say without any question we have the greatest kids anywhere. And I've been around a few other places and seen that. But I'd say probably the most, so many different things I'm so proud of. I'm just blessed in so many ways that I get to be a small part of what happens here for you guys every day and all of our great students, pre-K through 12.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's a lot of pieces to this. When I first got here as superintendent, I remember being interviewed by the board and saying that, you know, I'm pretty sure, I've been assistant principal over in Jasper County at that time, pretty sure I knew a little bit about everything. Well, it only took me about 2 weeks to know I was right. I knew a little bit about everything, and I need to know a whole lot more about everything. So trying to figure that out, but just trying to make sure that we support you guys in everything that we do. That's probably something I think I'm really proud of, and the direction that we're heading with some building projects and some of those different things, and bringing back so many different programs and clubs and activities that I remember. Getting industrial arts back, shout out to Mr. Stortson, and now with Spanish coming back, and shout out. She told me to do that, by the way. She's a pro at this shout out stuff. But I think those are the things I'm most proud of. And I think the future of the district is just, you know, to me, North Clay is going to be the place to be in the future. And I think there's no question about that. Maybe that's a little bit of spin-off on the state championship baseball team, and now tons of success with our volleyball team, and we've just got so many great things going on. We have bowling. We have bowling. I love bowling. You know, and it's just like we have so many great things going on now. I just want to see those things continue and keep adding to them. You know, because I think that's what we need, and that's what you guys deserve. So it's a great question.
What will you miss about your job?
Honestly, I think the thing I'm going to miss is seeing the kids every day.
Seeing the kids.
That's been the hardest part about being superintendent. You know, of course, we're over there on little White House on the Prairie, as I call it. But I make sure, if you guys have seen me, I make sure every morning I'm around and I'm moving around, and I try to get in there during lunches, and I'm out with the buses and so forth. At the end of the day, I try to make sure I see, because I want to stay focused on the students, and you guys are exactly what we do. Because you can get over there and you can get into all this business stuff and lose sight of that. And I don't ever want to do that. So that's probably the part I'm going to miss the most. We have a tremendous administrative team. I don't know if I've helped them or they've helped me, but it's really great. Mr. Price is just super. He's going to be a great leader for the district moving forward. And there's just so many great people here that I'm going to miss. But, you know, after 33 years, maybe it's time to try to do something else, you know? So that's definitely what I'm going to miss. I'm going to miss you guys.
So with all of your experience in all these different places, what advice would you give either your past self or us in high school right now?
Past self, but probably more importantly to you guys, to enjoy it. You know, sometimes we spend our time, it's like, hey, I want to get out of here. This is, you know, I'm tired of all of this. It's the same stuff every day. I'm seeing the same people every day. And I look back at it, that's probably what I miss the most. You know, to enjoy that and to make the most of every day. It seems like in society right now, we spend all of our time planning everything out. Everything has to be planned out. We got to know what's happening next period or next day or next week or all those different things. And I think we lose the opportunity to be right here in this moment. And I think maybe I said this to CEO class. What if this moment right here is the moment that you've been waiting on?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that moment doesn't turn out the way that you want. Maybe we lose the game or we don't score as well on the test or whatever it turns out to be. But what if that is the moment? Why can't we be present more? Because of technology and all the other stuff that goes on, it seems like we're doing this, or we want to be like something like that, or we want to look like this or that. Just be you. Enjoy the moment. Stay in the present, and just enjoy it. Because everyone here at North Clay, we're a huge family, as you know. We talk about that. I've talked about it since I've been here, and you know, we just care about each other, and we care about you guys so much, and that's what we try to do.
Do you have any questions?
We have some fun questions.
Okay.
What, if you had one word to describe yourself, what would it be?
That's a good one. I would say positive.
Positive. Miss Newby said this exact same thing.
Yeah, I would say positive. I think there's a lot of things that happen within a school day, probably to you guys as well, that's like, you know, I could just dwell on that. That didn't go the way I wanted it to. It's like, okay, that's a bump in the road. What about all the other positive things that happened today? And if it didn't go that direction, what can I do to change that? And, you know, tomorrow, maybe tomorrow's a new day, you know. I just feel like every time I step out of bed and I put my feet on the floor, I get to choose my attitude every day, and I want to choose a positive one. I think positive people lead and do things in a positive way that makes a difference. That's me.
Well, and kind of same as Miss Newby, we talked about how she stands outside and like greets everyone as they come in. I feel like North Clay is very good about involving everyone, making sure everyone feels seen and heard, and I really love that about North Clay. Everyone's super positive.
And then sometimes it's, you know, you just see somebody go by, it's like, hey, you all right?
Yeah.
You know, that means something. Of course, you know, we go by each other every day. It's like, you okay? Yeah, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just say that because you don't want anybody to know, right? Or you really don't want to take that time. I think here at North Clay, the advantage of a small rural district is like, hey, come here a second.
Mm-hmm.
You sure you're okay? Or hey, do you want to talk after class? And you got something there. And I think you can go to all of our teachers or staff or just your classmates or the administration or whoever it turns out to be, our counselors that say, hey, I need a couple minutes. You know, and I don't know if we can solve your problem. I can't pass your biology test for you. I already took that class. But I think we can help, and that's what I think that we have a huge advantage over maybe some other districts.
Another kind of fun question is, what is your favorite Dairy Queen or Fat Dad's drink?
Dairy Queen, it is a Sprite Zero, and Fat Dad's I just go, it's just straight up vanilla ice cream. Just that guy, you know, put it on a cone and let's go. Gotta dry somewhere, you know.
Have you ever tried the rainbow or any of the
Like the
flavors that you
syrups?
can get into the drinks?
Yeah, I do a little strawberry in the Sprite Zero, but Jamie at the unit office got me on the Sprite Zero about a year or so ago, so that's where that's where I've landed. Now, Mr. Price, he is a sweet tea with strawberry guy. I'm like, and actually, I tasted it the other day. It was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Dairy Queen's a pretty good place, but so's Fat Dad's for that matter. So.
Do you have any questions for me and Jesse?
Yeah, senior year.
Yes.
What do you guys think about that? I mean, you've looked up to people, and it's like, hey, they're that group, and hey, it's us. We're the
Yeah.
leaders of the district or our high school now. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, I think being involved in as much as I can to be that leader in the school, because I remember being younger and looking up to those kids and being like, wow, they're so cool. They
Yeah.
do this or this. And like with this podcast, I'm usually the person behind the camera, so it's like kind of big for me to just like take that step and be someone that someone can look up to in that sense. So that's kind of mine.
What do you think, Jess?
I think being involved in stuff, and because I'm in so many sports, I'm co-op, I'm doing this podcast, just being involved really helps a lot.
I remember my son was a senior at Newton, and he remembers saying that, Dad, there's somebody here that came to watch me play today. And whether I play well or not is one thing, but he goes, how I act and how I represent is what I want to leave my legacy in. And I think that's what you guys both do. And so does Maya, so I appreciate that. So, but I think that's the biggest part. I guess too, you guys are what, 5 weeks in?
Yeah.
Is it like going super fast?
So fast.
I think it is, yeah.
So fast.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do, and especially with senior year, there's so many decisions to be made, and just you're planning your whole life ahead of you, so it's a lot of pressure, but it's a lot of fun at the same time,
I think too, maybe you remember that you don't have to have every answer. You can have a plan. Plans get wadded up, put away, a new plan comes out, And I think there's different ways of getting where you want to go. So, what's your favorite thing about North Clay?
Definitely how the teachers and the administration is involved with everything. Like you see so many teachers at sport games, you see them show up to everything.
Yeah, I kind of think the same, and everyone's like rooting for you. They want to see you succeed, so I think that's really nice. A lot of bigger schools don't have that opportunity, and it's kind of like you come into class, they kind of know your name, but here I feel like the teachers really invest in your careers and futures and school life and everything like that.
So last question, after you get through this nervousness of interviewing me, which you shouldn't be nervous about,
Not nervous at all.
what's the next thing on your agenda to do today?
Today?
Yeah, today.
I have a 3-page paper due.
Oh!
So probably that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to take up most of my day, and then working.
I have comp too. I have a 3-page paper to do, and I'll do a lot of homework. What's next on your agenda?
Well, officially retire on Friday.
Yeah.
So which is just wild. I can't even put that into words. My wife Amy asked me, how do you feel about this? This is your last Monday, or whatever those things may be, and I'm like, I don't know. How am I supposed to feel? I'm going to do everything I can the way I've always done it for you guys and for the students and for North Clay, right up to the last minute. That's all I know to do. But after that, going to retire, and then going to actually go to work for the part-time. Part-time turns into a little more than that sometimes. In October for the Illinois Principal Association. Been involved with them for a long time. So we're going to be the field specialist in Southern Illinois. There's 5 regions I'll be responsible for. So a little bit of travel involved with that, but it'll be cool too. So looking forward to that opportunity as well to make a difference, help principals, grow and learn, and do everything they can for the students of our area. That's so I can't sit back. No way. I got too much energy for that. I got to get out and get stuff going. So that's kind of what it looks like for me.
Best of luck.
Well,
in
thank
the
you so
future.
much.
And we really appreciate everything
appreciate
you've done for North Clay.
Thank you. It's been a blessing and a pleasure, and just humbled by all this. So I don't know if I'm not going to get into tears here because Maya would get a little upset with me, but it means a whole lot to me, and I appreciate you guys, and I couldn't have asked for a better way to finish.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Travis Wyatt, on behalf of North Clay, congratulations on your retirement. You've taught us many things, but remember as you move on to the next chapter of your life to
Be kind.
Be unique. Be amazing. Be inspirational. Be honest. Be happy.
Be responsible.
Be helpful.
Be compassionate.
Be strong.
Be original.
Be friendly.
Be exceptional.
Be yourself. Be adventurous.
Be accepting.
Be willing.
Be consistent.
Saygılı ol.
Be available.
Be grateful.
Be trustworthy.
Be patient.
Thank you, Travis Wyatt.
We are North Clay.
We are North Clay.
And you will forever be a part of North Clay.